Greetings, everypony! I am Keyframe, and I will be your guide on today's tour of the Brony Gallery. Where we take a look at some of the fantastic artists of the Brony community. From traditional to digital, from saucy to grimdark, to see how these artists make their mark. Remember, everypony, at the end of our tour, please visit the description for the artist's pages, the featured pieces, and possible commission information. Ready? Well, let's meet today's artist, Smokey McDaniel. Smokey is a well-known artist in not just the Brony community, but also the Bronyalsis community, doing many pieces for different personalities like Riki's, I Love Kim Possible a Lot, Tunyora, and more. But that's not the reason why he's been featured today. The reason why is the same reason for any feature in this gallery, because his art is flippin' amazing! The most distinctive aspect of his general style, besides the more three-dimensional muzzle shape, is the line art. Most artists, especially in the MLP community, favors a smooth or non-existent outlining. Smokey's art, however, differs. He uses a sketchy, short stroke style. Some say that this type of line work makes the drawings look, quote-unquote, incomplete, but I would like to disagree. To me, a sketchy style gives it a more artistic look. You can see each time the artist touched the canvas with the pen, each thought, each moment of inspiration, all coming together to make one beautiful picture. To see how awesome Smokey really is, we need to look at the pieces that made it in today's Brony Gallery Hall of Fame. So, let's get started with something on the more romantic side of things, with Tunyora, BronyCon 2014. It's strange to put a shipping picture, especially one of two pony sonas, into an art hall of fame, but hear me out. This piece has one of the best examples of Smokey giving the characters dimensions. The show itself has achieved much since its conception of giving the puppets an ability to have a 3D perspective while still remaining 2D objects. But overall, they still can appear as flat. Here though, you can feel that these bodies are taking up space and are not just lying flat against the background. And it may seem something really small to comment on, but the microphones, obviously emulating the actual moment at Toon Critics panel, was a nice touch, as it gives it just that added depth that really makes this piece go above and beyond. Not only that, I love the shading in this piece. Like his line art, it has a short stroke style, using a slow deepening or lightening of the colors, with some points being pure white. This gives the feeling that the hair and the fur is actually a culmination of strands and not just one solid mass. Along with the lovely pose, this is one of my favorite shipping pictures, and one of my favorite pictures in Smokey's gallery. Now, we see smoking can be all cutesy and lovey, but what about intense? Are you ready for the fierceness? Are you ready for the epicness? Are you ready for the terrifying? Well, brace yourselves for Smokey's next gallery entry, Pie! Just wait until you see the picture. See? Never judge a book by its cover, or in this case, a piece by its title. This is one of Smokey's traditional pieces, and I have to say, I wish he would do more. They are always a great treat to see. This piece, like most of his traditional works, are done with colored pencils, which you have to keep a very consistent pressure on, and with that consistent pressure, layering over previous spots to make the illusion of shadows. As this piece and his other traditional works show, he is a master at them. But the part of this piece I love more than anything is just the attention to detail. You can see the bumps in the roof of his mouth, the pie filling dripping off his lips, and even the scrunches in his muzzle as he chomps on his prize. Sometimes it's just those little additions that separate the good from the great. And obviously, this is one of the greats. Now, I will warn you all, this last piece is unorthodox. There's not a single pony in it. In fact, it only made it in on a technicality that it is of cover art for a Brony song. However, I feel like I couldn't do a proper highlight of McDaniel's works without including this piece. So with that, I introduce you to Move On. It is not often I find a landscape piece that catches my eye like this one has. It's hard to describe why it caught my eye in words, but I will sure as Luna try. For one, the colors of the piece are wonderful. You can obviously tell that it's sunrise on the farm and not sunset. Trust me, you would be surprised by how many ponies think these times of day have the same color scheme. The perspective is also very interesting as well. One of the reasons landscapes don't really attract me is because they are almost always shot or painted at a very practical plane. Here, Smokey gives us a much more interesting point of view, by slightly skewing it with the frame of the barn door. It also achieves something important as being a cover art, as it is for the song you're hearing now, Move On by Mr. Brony Dash. By the way, subscribe to him, he does really good songs. The song is a very simplistic country tune of the singer contemplating life outside the farm and moving on. When I look at this piece, I feel the song resonating from it. I feel the way the singer is feeling, looking towards the sunrise, wanting to get closer to it, over those hills and past those trees. That was the plus of having the viewer being, in what we can be assumed as, the singer's POV, so we ourselves can experience what they are thinking and thus what the singer is singing. Along with the details of the wood, the stitching on the fabric, the texture of the ground, and the beautiful coloration of the crack of dawn. And you have a piece that can stand as a cover art and as an art piece in and of itself.
Oh, I'll be gone before dark, setting sun. Oh, yes, at last, it is time to move on. I have to work hard.
Now, my little bronies, this may be the end of Smokey's feature, but it is, of course, not the end of his gallery. Check the link below for his featured pieces and his full gallery, comment on his stuff, and support his work. And now, something a little bit special for Brony Gallery, a word from the artist himself, Smokey McDaniel.
Hi guys, thanks for featuring my stuff, Keyframe. I really do appreciate it, especially when I don't really consider these my personal favorites. It's good to know that there's a niche audience for these sort of things. That drawing of my OC that you talked about may have appeared to have had a deliberate, sketchy style, and I'm glad that all of you liked it, but it was really just me being fed up with line art at the moment. I mean, you can only mash Ctrl-Z so many times, right? Sometimes you just gotta vent some steam. I wish you the best of luck on your future videos. I look forward to taking care of you two after this gets uploaded. That Hearts and Hooves Day review is going to have a lot of mileage. Okay, now then, with so many artists left to come, who will they be? Will it be you? We'll find out next time on The Brony Gallery. Thanks for watching.